Greetings, heroes of Dominion. Here is Zeus with another electrifying video. Today's topic is a much requested pets tier list. After my tier list video about heroes, many of you asked for a tier list for pets, and I hear your requests loud and clear. So, let's dive into the pets tier list. The introduction of pets in the game was a game changer, and today, I can't imagine playing Hero Wars without them. To provide valuable content, we need to analyze pets from two different perspectives, their patronage skills and their in-battle performance. We'll start with patronage skills, using the same template that I used for heroes. It's important to mention that all pets give bonus stats to heroes when selected to patronage a hero. We won't cover these bonus stats in detail, as they positively impact all heroes across the board. Our focus will be on the unique skills and their effectiveness. Let's start with Fenris. His patronage skill, Blind Rage, gives the master a chance to blind enemies with their basic attack for 2 seconds, with a 40% chance to blind. I categorize this as a not good patronage skill. In today's gameplay, where almost every team has either Khorus or Sebastian to counter negative effects, the blinding effect doesn't provide much advantage. Blinding means that all attacks, even those based on magic, will miss. However, with only a 40% chance to blind, Fenris' patronage skill is the least effective compared to other pets. Using Fenris in battle grants a 50% more damage advantage, but only if the enemy team lacks Sebastian or Khorus. Hence, I categorize Fenris as not very useful in battle. Next, we have Oliver, whose patronage skill, Eternal Bloom, heals the master if their health drops below 50%, providing 11,064 healing every half a second. This patronage skill is one of the best in the game, making tanks and other heroes who can be patronaged by Oliver much harder to kill. However, this skill can be countered by Celeste, War Flag of Decline, Biscuit, and Jet. Using Oliver in battle is effective in some situations, but there are better options, such as Axel. Therefore, I categorize Oliver as average in terms of in-battle usefulness. Merlin's patronage skill, Tempus Magica, grants a 50% increase in the speed of the master's magic damage dealing skills. This is a very useful skill as it changes the entire hero's behavior in battle, allowing all skills to activate faster. Unfortunately, physical attackers cannot benefit from Merlin's patronage skill, but for magic users, it's invaluable. Therefore, I categorize Merlin as a very useful patronage skill. Using Merlin in battle is also highly effective. His skill, Magnus Magical, doubles the hero's damage within the distortion zone, enabling damage dealers to deliver an incredible amount of damage. Hence, I categorize Merlin as very useful both as a patronage skill and in battle. Next is Mara, with her patronage skill Deadly Weakness. This skill increases the duration of stun, blinding, silence, slow, charm, and mind control effects inflicted by the master by 200%. This skill is exceptionally powerful, as it effectively triples the control effects of the patronized hero. For example, Arachne's stun duration extends from 5 seconds to 15 seconds, and Lian's charm duration increases from 7 seconds to 21 seconds. I categorize this as a very useful patronage skill. Using Mara in battle is also extremely beneficial and, in many cases, even better than Merlin. Mara's skill, Dark Guard, deals magic damage to all enemies, and enemies hit while they are blinded, stunned, silenced, or charmed take triple damage. Therefore, I categorize Mara as very useful both as a patronage skill and in battle. Next is Cain, with his patronage skill Dark Patron. This skill grants the master bonus energy for each successful dodge, providing 35 bonus energy. This is a very effective patronage skill, as it allows heroes patronized by Cain to gain energy rapidly, enabling them to use their ultimate abilities more frequently. Heroes like Dante, Qing Mao, or Aurora benefit significantly from Cain's patronage. I categorize this skill as very useful. However, using Cain in battle can be hit or miss. When paired with a hero like Ching Mao, who doesn't support the team with dodge, Cain's skills in battle are insufficient to protect the team. Cain adds only 3,300 more dodge to the entire team, which isn't enough to avoid incoming attacks for heroes who lack dodge abilities. On the other hand, using Cain with Aurora, whose artifact provides dodge for the entire team, makes Cain much more effective in protecting the team from physical attacks. For this reason, I categorize Cain as average in terms of in-battle usefulness. Next is Albus, with his Patronage skill Pure Victory. This skill increases the pure damage dealt by the master by 75%. It is an extremely effective patronage skill, almost doubling the amount of pure damage. When paired with heroes like Heidi or Maya, it enables them to deal an extraordinary amount of damage. I categorize this as a very useful patronage skill. Using Albus in battle is also highly beneficial. However, Albus requires heroes with pure damage to be truly effective. He has proven to be particularly effective against the Asgard boss. Therefore, I categorize Albus as very useful both as a patronage skill and in battle. Next is Axel, the most popular pet in the game. His patronage skill, Defensive Blob, protects the owner from powerful attacks by ensuring that damage from a single attack cannot exceed 45% of the hero's maximum health. This skill is extremely valuable as it often saves the patron from being one-shot. I categorize Axel's patronage skill as very useful. Axel is also very useful as a pet in battle. His skill, Bubbles of Justice, applies a shield that distributes physical and magic damage taken by allies among all heroes, proportional to their remaining health. This shield can distribute up to 685,800 damage, providing substantial protection to the entire team. Therefore, I categorize Axel as very useful both in terms of patronage and in battle performance. Next is Biscuit, whose patronage skill, Stayin Chill, causes attacks made by the owner to reduce the healing received by the enemy for 5 seconds, reducing all healing by 30%. While this can be situationally useful, I don't consider this skill to add significant value to the patron. Therefore, I categorize this patronage skill as average in usefulness. Using Biscuit in battle stops healing and slows one of the enemy heroes, but I don't find this particularly impactful. In my opinion, Biscuit is more useful than Fenris but less useful than many of the other pets. Thus, I categorize using Biscuit in battle as average in usefulness. Next is Khorus, whose patronage skill, Resilience Aura, grants the owner and 2 allies with intelligence as their main stat a Resilience Aura. This aura converts 50% of the magic damage dealt by the owner into a shield and 25% for the allies, absorbing some of the physical damage taken. The damage absorbed scales with the hero's missing health. The owner's maximum shield health is 100k, and the ally's maximum shield health is 50k. I categorize this patronage skill as very useful. Khorus can create shields not only for his owner but also for allies in front of and behind the owner. Damage dealers like Orion, Lars, Celeste, Kai, and Helios can quickly generate full shields, protecting themselves and their allies. Khorus is my most used pet in battle, often set on autopilot because of his effectiveness. One reason for his frequent use is his skill, the Indomitable. This passive skill enables each ally to block certain control effects, charging runes in Khorus runic circle. The following control effects trigger this skill: Silence, Charm, Blinding, Stun, and Mind Control, with a 70% chance to block these effects. Knowing that the enemy team cannot control my team with a 70% block chance makes me feel secure, especially since it's better than the 15 attack shield of Sebastian. I categorize Khorus as very useful to use in battle. Finally, we have Vex, whose patronage skill is Deep Wounds. This skill causes the owner's physical damage attacks to give the target up to 5 stacks of Deep Wounds, which vanish after 8 seconds. Each stack of Deep Wounds adds 5036, 41% patronage power plus 500 extra damage to subsequent physical attacks from all allies. With 5 stacks, this skill can add up to 25k extra damage. For heroes like Kira, who can hit all 5 enemies, this means an additional 125k damage with each basic attack. I categorize this patronage skill as very useful. Using Vex in battle is also highly beneficial due to his skill, Noxious Cloud. This skill creates a noxious cloud in the middle of the enemy team, dealing physical damage and decreasing the armor of opponents for 5 seconds. The damage is 8044 every half a second, and the armor reduction is 2601 every half a second. If you followed my basics of building a team videos, you know I never build a team without considering armor penetration. Vex is ideal for this purpose, as he adds up to 26k armor reduction within those 5 seconds. He solves many problems that some heroes face in battle, like Yasmin. For example, Yasmin positioned in front of Ching Mao. In conclusion, each pet has its strengths and weaknesses, and their effectiveness can vary depending on the context of the battle, and the heroes they support. I hope this tier list helps you make more informed decisions about which pets to use in hero wars. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your feedback helps us grow and create better content for you. Remember, every hero has their unique strengths, and every challenge is an opportunity to learn and improve. Keep striving, keep fighting, and may your journey in Dominion be ever victorious. Salute and friendship.